When we say employee well-being, what is well-being? But when we look at long-term success, when we look at the ability to sustain the changing environment and the changing landscape, changing industry needs, then that flavor changes. Everyone has a role to play, and everyone, to use a cliche, is a leader. It's not just a title. And our solutions are based on a three-pronged model, and the survey results were astounding. I'm Raghu Sapuram. I'm the CEO for TLEX Institute USA. TLEX stands for Transformational Leadership for Excellence. We are a part of a global organization, and we have delivered programs, live instructor-led programs, in over 30 countries, over 500 clients, and 200,000 employees. And I'm thrilled today to talk about some of our innovative solutions that we have for corporations, nonprofits, and government agencies to address complex issues such as employee engagement, increasing productivity, creating adaptability and flexibility, addressing issues like stress and burnout, and so much more. But first, I want to share a little bit about my personal journey and my own experience. I've been in the IT information technology space for over 30 years. I've done various things, both as an entrepreneur as well as an executive in large multinational global organizations, running teams, global teams. And my last startup that I did, Austin-based startup, we ran it from 2004 till about 2015, and then we got acquired after multiple rounds of funding. I was a CTO and managing the products for the organization. We got acquired by IBM, and I served as a distinguished engineer at IBM, leading technology and product strategy for cloud supply chain management is what we called it. And as part of that, I had to steer not just the technology aspects, but also organizational build out, global organizations, outsource teams, and bringing it all together and making it happen. And in parallel, I've been doing meditation and breathwork. I've been applying these techniques on my own self and benefited a great deal, not only in my personal life, but in my professional life, in how I showed up at my startup and how I moved through some of the ups and downs. And getting acquired was not the easy phase, and working through all of that was an amazing experience for me. And by the way, I'd also become a meditation teacher and taught in the community, taught hundreds of people in the community, as well as in the correctional centers, in the prisons, and very gratifying work. So when this opportunity came to lead this organization, TLEX US, where my corporate experience and my experience building teams and working with different people came together with my experience handling my own stress and creating resilience within myself, my leadership skills. So I just jumped on it. It's my give back to the community, which has grown me and groomed me. So coming back to TLEX, TLEX addresses both employee well-being as well as leadership skills development. It's an integrated framework across these two. See, when we say employee well-being, what is well-being? Is well-being just being well enough to show up at work and just survive the day? No, isn't it? Well-being to me, to us, is to harness our full potential, to be at the peak performance that we can give in this planet. We are here on this planet for a purpose, to be able to express ourselves fully. That to us is well-being. And let's look at another dimension of well-being. I call it organizational well-being. If you are in a workplace where there is a lot of distress, fear, lack of communication, hostility, all these kinds of things, would you call that well-being at the level of the organization? Probably not, isn't it? But if you're in a place where there is belongingness, there is trust, there is camaraderie, and moving together, there's alignment, continuous alignment as things change, then that's a place which is a recipe for not just immediate success, but for long-term success. What I call as a healthy and successful workplace. Do you see my point? So what is a healthy and successful workplace? Let's look at business success. Business success is measured through many metrics like revenue, profitability, margins, number of customers, year-to-year growth, and so much more. In fact, one of the magazines talks about 27 measures of business success. But when we look at long-term success, when we look at the ability to sustain the changing environment and the changing landscape, changing industry needs, the dynamics in the political, social, economic landscapes, then that flavor changes. The shift is into something different. I call it 4 dimensions of a successful and healthy workplace. What are the four dimensions? The first one is having a resilient and healthy workforce. So at the end of the day, people make up organizations. Organizations can have the grandest visions and the grandest schemes, but if the people are not resilient and healthy and able to work on those, then all these plans not of any use, right? So having this resilient, healthy workforce, which can move through ups and downs, which is flexible, which is adaptable, which can navigate through complex situations, right? Accept failures and take more responsibility and take more risk, all of these things. The second dimension is of the leadership, agile leaders. Now, leadership, as you all know, is not just at the level of the top level executive, senior management, but it's at every step of the organization, every level of the organization. The mid-level management plays a key role, the individual contributors, a larger employee base, everyone has a role to play. And everyone, to use a cliche, is a leader. It's not just a title, right? Now, what is that leadership, that ability to take on more responsibility, to go above and beyond our roles, to take more risk, not just waiting on work being given to you, but go out there and just prove yourself, show up, fully show up, be at your full potential. So this is agile leaders. The third dimension is of the teams, synergized and cohesive teams. Now, in today's complex world, the problems are much more complex. Gone are the days where a single individual can solve a complex problem. You need a team, you need different skills, different perspectives, different expertise to come together, which obviously brings in aspects of emotional intelligence, not just ability to manage our own emotions, but understand one another, work with one another, right? Having this environment of belongingness, connection and trust. In fact, it says that leaders with high emotional intelligence drive 20% higher productivity in their teams than other leaders. So this aspect of synergized and cohesive teams. And the fourth dimension is that of transformational organization, an organization which has this culture of creativity, of innovation, of change, of flexibility, taking more risk, vulnerability, right? So, which provides the space for all these facets to grow, for employees to grow, for teams to grow, for leadership to grow. So these are the four dimensions in the way we look at it. And our solutions are based on a three-pronged model. Very simple. We call it self-mastery, social mastery, and skill in action or mastery in action. So think of it like this. Leading from your own self, being a true leader from your inner space, right? Showing up to who you really are. And then leading with others, the ability to lead with others to solve larger problems, and leading for greater impact. So these are kind of the three dimensions. And we have short duration programs, long duration programs, 3-day retreats, 3-hour, 3-session programs, immersive retreats. So many different kind of programs to address needs of various organizations. So I would love for you to come and explore who we are and look at our solutions. And I can present to you some of our client case studies and examples and what people have talked about us. You're welcome to visit our website, tlexmindmatters.com. But I would love to share with you a couple of key statistics in terms of client impact. We surveyed about 1,127 participants in our marquee program called the Sky Immersion Retreat, which is a fascinating program. We'll get into that, which deals really with rejuvenation and restorative techniques using breathing, rhythmic breathing, and deeper states of meditation, and brings teams together and creates more belongingness and trust. And the survey results were astounding. 90% of the participants, said that they saw improvement in their ability to stay calm in difficult situations and their ability to manage their own emotions and being centered. 93% of participants said that this program has a positive impact in their everyday life, day to day at work and in personal life, in their connection with their colleagues and trust with the colleagues. Amazing, 93%. In the one thing which after COVID has been very hard to accomplish, which is team rapport and connection between the various silos which have developed. And 87% said that their satisfaction in working for their employer had increased. They felt a better sense of caring and loyalty towards the employer, care from the employer and loyalty towards the employer. Like I said, I would encourage you to explore further You can reach us at send us an email at excellence@tlexinstitute.com, and one of us will respond back to you and do a demo of some of our programs. Thank you.